six packs, eat well, and
Eh?
well, for sure, for sure.
6 packs, right? That's impressive. Well
Well,
done.
as you
Well done.
health and wealth go hand in hand. Well, what's all the wealth in the world if you don't have the health to enjoy it, right?
Very true. Very true. I mean, very true. One has to work seriously on one's health because, I mean, there's just no point. You have the money, you don't have good health. So it just won't make any sense at all. But thank you for coming. I really appreciate you coming on today's show. This is a pre-event to the main event happening on the 18th of March this year. So it's going to be a great time. But it's good to know for the audience to know what are they going to learn on the 18th? What are we doing together? What did we cook up for them? Right? And I'm sure people are really excited. A lot of people are like, are you?
This is special because this is the first time ever I'm doing a even virtual broadcast to Africa, to your audience, to your tribe. Never, this is the first
Exactly.
something like this.
Exactly.
Excited.
And that's what people have been asking me, like, wow, this is big. We have been looking forward to having that luck in Africa. So this is special. You're right. Everybody is really excited.
Even IG Live. I don't even. Last time I did live was at least a few years ago. I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm
But it's good to have
excited
you. I hope you
and share
come
what I
again.
know with the audience.
Come again.
I'm excited to share what I know, like add value to your audience for sure.
Have you ever been to Africa?
No, it's on my list though. Definitely on my list.
You have to come. I would love to be the first to host you in Africa. It will really be a honor.
Are you gonna be having your Rolls Royce, man?
And I have to, be your Bentley. I have to be your Bentley. Your Bentley show inspired. I have a TV show. It's season 5 now. Investment chat in a Rolls Royce, and your Bentley show inspired that
Oh,
really. So thank you. So my first question, the Unlock brand is a global one. People, I mean, you're probably the most followed speaker on YouTube, over 4 million people. How did you grow from, Vancouver to now being this global brand known all over the world?
I think in the beginning, I have been operating, doing business mainly in North America, right, for
Mm-hmm.
probably a good 10 years of my life, right? And I wasn't interested in social media, Facebook. I didn't even know how to use Facebook for a while,
Wow.
right? And
Wow.
and then one day I just thought, because I was doing speaking locally,
Yeah.
and then a video guy basically edited my footage, and he was
Mm.
like, "Hey Dan, what do you want to do with that footage? Like, it's just getting a lot, right?
Mm.
I'm like, I like edit it. We gotta store it somewhere, right?
Mm.
And it's like, well, why don't we store it on the cloud or something like that? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And they said, why don't you just put it on YouTube and see what happens?
Wow.
It was literally that, like as a storage thing, and he
Wow.
started putting that on YouTube, and it was getting a little bit of traction. And I was
Wow.
like, that's interesting, right? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect. And
Mm-hmm.
we accumulate more footage, and he just keep doing it. It kind of keeps getting traction until what was very interesting at the time. I talked to a few people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, so-called experts, right? Business experts,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, it's too late. YouTube is too late. Like it's too late, man." I said, "Okay."
Wow.
And at the time, there were a only like you have Gary Vee, right? I know
Mm-hmm.
Grant,
Mm-hmm.
on the show,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
and maybe a couple other people. There weren't that many like business influencers when I first
Mm-hmm.
big time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, kind of what you're doing now. I thought to myself,
Mm-hmm.
uh, first of all, they're all Caucasians, and I take on business, and I mean I respect all of them. It's just a little bit
Mm-hmm.
different, right? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe I can share my perspective. Maybe I would have a different. That was what got me. And I started, and I thought, would be, and then people resonate with the content. I mean, my content is, I don't have pranks, I don't have bikini girls, I don't have it. Just me talking to the camera. Not really.
Yeah.
It's not a super production thing, right?
Yeah.
But I think it resonates with people. Stephen, it took me, and this is good, like something for everyone to understand. It took me 18 months to go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers.
Wow. 18 months.
18 months. Now, most people would have given up, right? Most people have given up. And then it took me another 8 months to go from 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers from YouTube.
Wow.
So period of time, right? Most people would have given up. But here's what's interesting. 10,000 to 100,000, 1 year.
Wow.
100,000 to 1 million, 1 year.
Wow.
So in 2 years, I have 100x my followers, subscribers.
Yeah.
Without spending money on YouTube on like, it's not like spending money on driving subscribers though. It's literally earn one at a time.
Organic. Right?
Yeah, one at a time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's a very interesting story. It looks as if at some point your brand evolved into, your teaching evolved into more of branding, and sales, and then you went into high ticket sales. Why is, selling skill important for our viewers or anyone?
Well, because nothing happens until the sale is made. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can move a little bit. So I can see the reception is not super good. So give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see, because I want to make sure I don't stall anything like that. Let's see if that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
So you think about in business, nothing happens until you make a sale. Period. It doesn't matter if you're selling an investment. It doesn't matter if you're selling a product, a service, a course. It doesn't matter. Nothing happens until a sale is made. Now, what's interesting is in our culture, a lot of people, they think sales is a dirty word, right? It's not a good, not a. It's like if I say salespeople, right? Most people would oh, salespeople, right? Like Stephen, when I say sales, what pops into your mind, right?
Yeah.
Put in the chat. Anyone joining us live, when we say salespeople, what pops into? Slimy.
Guys, you can put it in the chat comment. What comes to your mind when the word salespeople? What comes to your own mind? You can type it.
Yeah. What comes to your mind? Right.
For me, because I'm into sales. I love sales. I what comes to my mind is somebody who is giving me value in exchange for money.
Yeah.
But of course, that may not be what comes to everybody's mind.
Why you're wealthy, right? Right. But most people, when I say like average person, when I say sales, what comes to mind is sales, slimy, snake oil, scam, fraud. Only care about they don't care about the people, all that, right? So a lot of they go into they have this negative association with
opportunistic.
Yeah, exactly. So in business, like you said, what is business? Business is nothing more than you offer your product and service in exchange of money, right? It's a value exchange. So without nothing happens. Nothing happens. How my brand evolves is also really through the audience of what I can see, what they resonate with, what I share, right? Quite personal. You see, I've got all kinds of content, right? I've content on my toys. I have content on relationship. I have content on with my wife. I have content on even some fitness, martial art, right? So it's kind of my life, what I'm interested in, and I just on my channel, right? But the brand has evolved. I think that's something we talk about on March 18th of like how your brand needs to evolve.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can't evolve. Your brand would change, but how do you change over time so that you don't need to reinvent yourself? That's a key. So
Powerful.
You don't want to put a brand on. Look at Elon Musk, right? His brand is not just a CEO of an automobile company like Tesla or just Rocket. Now it's Twitter, right? But it's not industry specific. It's just a personal brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think
absolutely.
That's
amazing. I hope you can see the two of us very clearly. If you guys can see the two of us very clearly, kindly let me know because it's buffering from here. But I hope you guys can see us very well. If you can see us well, just type we can see you. Okay, so my next question will be, why do you think it's important for anyone to come for the event on the 18th of March, which we're putting together? It's powered by the Stephen Akintayo University. What we've done is to get some of the best guys in the world, from Brian Tracy, Robert Kiyosaki, Les Brown, John Maxwell, and my content, I've put it into this e-learning portal, and people can watch as they go, and they get a certificate for each of the courses. So what we're doing this year, and you are the first, we're now making it a monthly thing. So every month we're bringing a giant, to come teach and share with the existing students who are already part of the program. So why do you think it's important for anyone to be part of that event on the 18th of March?
First of all, I think for your audience, for your students, I appreciate what you are doing, because you're bringing the best from the world really into to them, which people they may not have usually, right? And it's also from different backgrounds. Doesn't matter. I mean, I said, right? I'm Asian and location. It doesn't matter, right? Because we all learn from. And why they want to? It's first of all, it's the first time I actually reveal how to create luxury brand and how do you attract high-end investors. Now, of course, Stephen, you see that on YouTube, like I teach high ticket sales. You know that already, right? I mean, watch my video. But most people don't know that I'm also managing partner of a venture capital fund, right? So I deal with investors all day, every day. Right? And a lot of things that we do, people don't know, because I don't share everything on social media nowadays. I prefer to keep a lot of stuff more private. And so the first time I would share some of those insights on how to actually, if you have some sort of investment, how do you attract investors, right? How do you communicate with them? How do you sell? By the way, Stephen and I are selling you on why you spend, right? Because people need to understand your value. You need to be able to articulate you so they will attend your event or buy anything from you. So, and also I'm going to talk about personal branding. How do you create a high-end brand around your personality, which not many people have, right? Not many people have that, right? I mean, look, I'm a celebrity. I'm like, I started just like you with nothing, right? With no followers. And I built the brand using social media. I created it. It was not handed off to me. It's not some work. It's not Netflix. It's me, right? With just what I know and build it. And you can do the same thing, right? And it may be trying to get to millions of followers, but if you can get to become the authority, become the personal brand in your category, even in your industry, in your niche, wouldn't that be powerful? Put in the comment, right? That's what I'm going to talk about.
Amazing. I personally look forward to it, and it's powerful that, and it's such a honor that I'm the first to host you from our part of the world. And I hope this won't be the last time. I hope we'll be able to have you even come physically to Dubai and then sometimes to Nigeria as well. Because what you teach is just very relatable. Your story is, is really, really resonates with a lot of people, particularly, people of color, because we all, you also don't have the white privileges that that a lot of others have, and so our background is similar, and people can say if this guy was can succeed, then it's easy. And you also literally succeeded in Canada. Canada was your original, country, and you're able to move to Canada and create something, massive empire for yourself. So I really, really look forward to it. My
And
next question will
well,
be,
let me add to that. When I first came to
yeah,
Canada, I was 14
yeah,
years old. I couldn't speak a word of
yeah,
English, right?
wow,
And my mom
wow,
couldn't speak. So my mom and dad got divorced when I was 16 years old, right? So basically,
wow.
raised by my mom,
Mm,
and then at 16 years old, my dad in Hong Kong, because I was born in Hong Kong,
mm,
went bankrupt,
mm-hmm,
right? So he went bankrupt,
wow.
so left us with like no money.
Mm-hmm,
We were on. It was very difficult, very difficult. And the
wow.
school that I went to in Vancouver,
Mm,
right? I was living in a
mm-hmm.
hood. Vancouver, that's the hood. Uh, and I was,
I think the next